Man, how am I gonna learn all these songs on the piano? How am I gonna buy a second home working as a school counselor? Or visit all the places I wanna see? Goals. That's right! I can set goals! Greetings, Knights. Mr. Summers here. Today we're gonna watch a little video on goal setting. Miss Vancilis asked me to put this together because in your language arts class and in your math classes, you're gonna look at your MAP scores and you're gonna set some academic goals based off of your current MAP score in language arts and in math and where you'd like to see yourself scoring at later on in the spring.
Let's get the party started.
Let's get the party started.
How to set goals. Most people have dreams. When you turn your dreams into a goal, it becomes something that can happen in reality. But why should we set goals? Goal setting is the first step towards success. If you don't know what your goals are, how do you know when you succeed? How do you define success? Therefore, with goal setting, you take control of your life and get focused. People without goals just go where life takes them, without any certain direction. However, people who set goals know exactly what they want and take actions to achieve it. When you're doing what it takes to achieve your goals, you're moving towards the lifestyle that you desire.
So, how do we set goals?
In order to set goals, you need to think about what you want in every aspect of life. Family, relationship, friends, health and fitness, finances, career, education, spirituality, self-development, and any other aspects as you like. Write down how you would like your life to be related to each aspect. Write it as present tense, as if it's already happening, so it will feel close and not something that's going to happen sometime in the future.
Well, now that you taught us how to make a goal, I'm wondering if you can teach us how to take one goal and break it down into smaller steps so it makes it easier to achieve that goal.
After you wrote down your lifetime goals, you need to break them into smaller goals. It is impossible to achieve everything immediately. That's why you need to go step by step. By setting smaller goals and achieving them, you create a reality of success and get closer to your larger goals. Sub-goals are practical because they contain actions you can take right now. Your large goals may seem too far and unrealistic, but with sub-goals, you can see your progress towards them. If your goal is to lose 20 pounds in 5 months, your sub-goal should be lose 1 pound a week, go to the gym 4 times a week, create a diet plan, and so on.
Let's take a quick break from the video and answer this question. How can breaking down a goal into sub-goals help you achieve your goal? Teachers, pause the video here and have a quick group discussion. Resume the video when you're done. Can you give us an example of the difference between those who have set goals and those who have not?
In 1979, interviewers asked the Harvard MBA program how many of them set goals. They found that 84% of the program set no goals at all, 13% of them set goals but they weren't committed on paper, and only 3% actually set goals that were committed on paper and had plans to accomplish them. 10 years on, in 1989, they interviewed the same individuals again. The results were absolutely staggering. They found that those 13% who set some goals but hadn't had them down on paper were making twice as much as the 84% who had never set a goal. And even more staggering was the fact that the 3% who had committed goals written on paper had actually been making more money than the 97% put together.
So what else would you like for us to know about goal setting then?
I'm going to share with you 3 questions that will help you reflect on the goals that maybe you've already set for the new year, or maybe goals that you're about to set. The first question you need to ask yourself is, are your goals too vague and are they not specific enough? The reason why I ask this is because maybe one of your goals is to get fit. Now when you say that, do you mean as fit as a model? Do you mean as fit as Cristiano Ronaldo?
Dancing feet of Ronaldo, even under that kind of pressure.
Do you mean as fit as an athlete? How How do you define fit, or is it just fit enough to walk up your stairs without feeling tired? Becoming more specific about the goals you want to achieve means that you're more likely to understand how much planning is involved in terms of time and resources, and how you're going to make it fit into your incredibly busy week. Try to make your goals as specific as possible.
Let's apply this concept to Sarah and her friend. Sarah's currently failing math right now, and she tells her friend, "You know, I want to get a better grade in math. That's my goal this semester, to get a better grade in math." Her friend says, "That sounds great. I don't know about you, but this goal seems a little too vague for me. Pause now and have a discussion about how you can come up with a more specific goal for Sarah."
The second question you need to ask yourself is, are your goals too grand to be achievable? Now, I'm a big believer in defining your destiny and reaching and accomplishing your goals, but Bill Gates said a fantastic piece of wisdom that I want to share with you. He said that actually people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. We always feel that we can make a bigger change quickly by impulsively acting, rather than building blocks that will actually be great foundations for future success. What you need to do this year is actually try and find digestible blocks of work, little pieces of action that will help you effectively bring about change in small areas of your life. When these add up and build together, you'll gain momentum, and that will affect things in the future for you as well.
Based on what we just learned about making our goals realistic, if Sarah currently has an F in math class, she has 1 week till the end of the semester, and her goal is to get an A, do you think that's a realistic goal for her to go from an F to an A in 1 week, especially if math is not one of her better subjects? Pause now and have a quick discussion around what you think would be a reasonable goal for Sarah to achieve in 1 week.
The third question you need to ask yourself is, are you surrounded by the right people, and are you influenced by the right people? If, for example, your goal is to give up chocolate, it won't help if you work at a chocolate factory, you live next to a chocolate manufacturer, your best friend loves chocolate, and you're making chocolate cake on the weekends. It's just not going to be possible. You need to be spending time with people who have the same goal, but also people who've achieved that goal and made it into a habit.
So who would be some good people for Sarah to hang out with to help her achieve her goal of raising her math grade?
A goal without a plan is just a wish, and Tony Robbins said that setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible, and therefore you really need to write your goals down. Writing your goals down makes them a focus point. It makes sure that everything you're doing in life becomes aligned with those areas. We have to make sure that what you want and what you're thinking about, what you say and what you do are in line. That's how we create harmony in our lives.
During the next couple of weeks in your language arts class and your math class, you're going to look at your MAP scores and you're going to set some goals for improving them. A couple of key points from this video that you can use when setting new MAP goals for yourself are to make sure they're specific and they're realistic. You can always talk to your teacher to help figure out what would be some realistic goals for you to work towards in improving your MAP scores. Also, keep in mind the sub-goals part. If you're looking to increase your language arts MAP scores, then maybe a sub-goal for you could be to read a half hour every day. And lastly, it's important to think about the people you're hanging out with. Well, that's all I got for now. I hope you picked up a couple of good pointers about goal setting, and I hope you're a little bit more prepared now to set some good goals for yourself and some realistic ones when you sit down in your language arts and math classes to set some goals for your MAP scores. And speaking of goals, I'm going to get back to my goal now of trying to figure out how I'm going to learn all these tunes I have in my head.